At the same time, so he is mentioned that is a owner. So that means that is a realize, that is a tune, that is a stimulate. So that is a owner. That is meaning of the owner. Okay. So that is a good teacher should not only deliver the competences or only deliver the core content. Okay, so they have able to communicate with learners mind and brain, and tune to learn, motivate to learn, interest to learn. Okay, so that is a very very important things that is called as owner. Okay, so a good teaching attributes is a realize, you should realize by the learner for particular content. So that is called as owner. Okay, so with that quotes of coral I have entered in this topic, attributes of good teaching in engineering education. I hope my voice is clear.
Yes, sir, your voice is clear.
Okay, thank you. So that is a learning. So what do you mean by learning? Learning is nothing but that is a define and a design and deliver and demonstrate. Okay. So define means that is nothing but that is a how to define your learning material, how to define your content, how to define your syllabus. That is your first thing. Next one, how to design. That is a instructional design. How to design your syllabus, your content, and what basis you have to design, that is called as instructional design. Next one, deliver, how to deliver, in what mode you have to deliver the particular content, in what tools you have delivered the particular content, that is called as deliver. Last one is a demonstrate. So demonstrate is also, that is a very very important. So how to it is apply with a real-time applications or industry oriented, that is called as demonstrate. That is a case study, or nowadays called as different type of learning, project based learning, active learning, game oriented active learning, goal, peer assisted learning. Look like that, the different type of learning, that is called as demonstrators. So learning, there is nothing but that is having a 4 Ds: define, design, deliver, and demonstrate. So this is a one type of communication model, that is a intra communication model within our brain. So how to process the information, how to execute the information, each and every information. So how to convert it as a behavior and action. Okay. So there is a external event and information sensed by a different type of model, different type of sensory. There is a visual, auditory, linguistic, and oral. Okay. So based on that, it have observed the particular content. Then based on that, it will internal representation. It will process of the state of mind. Then it will physiology. Then last one, based on the different type of values, beliefs, memories, decisions, attitudes, language, it will convert it as a behavior and action. Okay, so there is a general communication model. Okay, so look like that the learning is also converted as a internal representation, state of mind, physiology, and finally that learning outcome will be executed in different manner, that behavior, action, or any other learning performance look like that. Okay, so here now we are concentrate on the generalization, delete, and distortion. Okay, so how to just generalize the things, that learning materials, how to unwanted understanding deleted, how to avoid the distortion. Okay, so that is a very very important here. So next one, based on that, how to representation and processing of the data or process of the content, then how to change the set of mind, then how to change the physiology. Okay, so what basis we have to set up this one? Based on the values, our values, the particular internal values, internal beliefs, internal memories, internal decisions, internal attitudes, internal language. Okay, so here, so suppose uh, we want to become a good teacher, we want to become a uh, we want to execute a good teaching learning process, we should understand each and every learner's values, beliefs, memories, decisions, attitudes, and language. Okay, so without knowing this concept, we will not able to execute a good learning outcome. Okay, so that is a basic concept of OBE, object as a OBE, that is called as a outcome based education. Okay, so next one, course climate on learning. So how to learn? So based on the student development, that is already I have mentioned in previous slide, different type of beliefs and memories. Okay, look like that. Plus climate. So that climate means that is a classroom climate. So nowadays we have a different type of online classes. Okay, there is a tools and internet, bandwidth. Look like that different technical specification. Okay, so based on the learner's climate, we will give input material, then it will come as a learning. Okay, so we should concentrate on this one. In this course climate on learning, we should concentrate, there is a location of the particular learners, there is a physical abilities of the particular learners, psychological abilities of the particular learners, then combined, then finally it will come as a learning. Okay, so when we have designed a particular course, we should concentrate on this one. So that is called as course climate on learning. Next one. Okay, so what will be happen if we have a prior knowledge or hinders learning na, helps learning. Okay, suppose particular learner will learn a particular content in a good manner na, that is activated, sufficient, appropriate, and accurate. So otherwise there is a inactive, insufficient, so we want to identify that particular learners abilities. Okay, then we will give a, then we will give a good learning to them. So this is how to organize the knowledge, how to organize the content. Okay, that's the expert or instructors or teachers have a rich meaningful knowledge structures. So based on the rich meaningful knowledge structure, they have a good learning outcome, nowadays called as in OB, that is learning outcome and performance. Okay, so suppose students are learners, students are learners, novices. So that is to be improve the develop to convert it as a rich meaningful structure, then finally they will get a learning and learning outcome, that is a learning and performance. Okay, otherwise they will not get a good learning outcome. Okay, that is a how to organize the knowledge. So next one, learning classification. So that is a different type of learning classification, that is a based on the material, learning material inputs, learning material processing, understanding. Okay, so there is a material inputs means that is a visual. Visual means that is a audio, or that is a video or pictures, some images. So based on that, we should develop, we should design our instructional learning material. Okay, so that is called as visual oriented. Next, verbal oriented, that is based on the text oriented, that is called as verbal oriented. Then active means So that particular learner work with the information, doing with the information. So that is called as active learning. So reflective learning is nothing but, so there is a particular learners thinking about the information. Okay, so this is reflective is thinking about the information. Active is working with information. That is called as active and reflecting, meaning there is a processing, internal processing of the cognitive psychology. Okay, so already I have mentioned first one NLP communication model, that is a active and reflective. Last one, understanding is sequential. So some learners, suppose any mathematical subject, some learners having a, let's say having should go through each and every step. After that, they can understand the particular mathematical model or any algorithm or any program. So some learners can understand the particular concept without sequential steps. So suppose once view, they can understand the particular, once view the particular layout, they can understand easily. That is a global. Okay, that is called as learning classification. Next one, learning styles. So this is a different type of learning styles: physical, verbal, oral, visual, logical, social, and solitary. So physical means that is nothing but that is a our body behavior, minute body behavior. Then kinesthetic look like that. Verbal means words, notes, okay, writing. So then oral speech, okay, that is sound, music, that is a logical and reasoning. Okay, social means group learning, peer assisted learning, project based learning look like that. Solitary means self study. Okay, so these are different learning styles. So each and every having a different type of learning styles. Okay, next one, this is a different type of learning style theories. Okay, there is a governance, multiple intelligences, walk, visual, auditory, reading and linguistic, then Carl Jung's, Myers, Briggs, many other theories. Okay, so these are different style theories. These are based on the, that is a NLP oriented. Okay, neuro linguistic programming oriented. So there is a work means visual, auditory, readable, linguistic, okay, or walk model, okay, multiple intelligence. So look like that different type of learning style theories available. Next one, learning methods. Okay, so these are different type of learning methods. So we should teach based on these different type of learning methodology. Okay, so first one is your presentations. Next one is your guest speeches, reviews of journals, focused studies materials, situation analysis, executive sessions, case studies, industry visits. So suppose for example for case study, I have take the software testing subject. Okay, the software testing subject is, yeah, that is a one theoretical subject. Okay, so that is does not having any lab in the previous regulation. I don't know. No, it is does not having any lab. Okay, so particular software testing subject having a, in fourth and fifth unit having a some simulation testing. Okay, so look like that, yeah, wind runner, load runner, and that is selenium. Okay, look like that different type of softwares to test. Okay, select that material, that software, and within the software testing subject. Okay, so first one is a presentation. So we should elaborate, we should explain that particular concept of the software testing. Then in that one we have invited different type of guest speeches, guest lecturers. Then we have explained different type of journals in the class. And then we will provide different type of studies material, look like NPTL, self planning, swam, then different type of materials, then situation analysis based on the case studies and the company, then executive sessions, we will conduct some executive sessions, then case studies, then industry visit based on the software testing. Okay, so suppose we have implemented this type of different type of learning a particular theory subject, definitely we have achieved the course outcome, at the same time program outcome at the same time. So we have get a lot of placement. Okay, a lot of confidence to students also. So I have implemented for software testing in one engineering college. So based on the, that is called as student development program. Student development program. In student development program, so conducted by and organized by and lectured by the particular students. So in that particular student development program, have attended had attended at least 50 to 60 students. Okay. So finally, that particular STB organizers, student development program organizers, have got a good placement in different companies based on the software testing. So that is the outcome of the particular active learning. That is called as active learning. Okay. So when we apply this type of different learning methods for a single subject, okay, we will get a enormous uh, outcome. Okay. So suppose our mathematical and design oriented subject, we will follow different type of strategy. Okay. So that is called as learning methods. So next one is e-learning and m-learning. So today, due to pandemic and due to COVID-19, we have insisted to take e-learning. Okay. So that is a e-learning quality training, quality learning management system, that is LMS. So most of college we are using the MOOC based learning, that is LMS we have customized. Okay, then tablet compatible, cost efficient, quick easy solutions. Okay, that is different components available in e-learning. Then m-learning, that is convenient and easy to access, just in time learning, bite-sized modules, contextual and informal, and application oriented. So that is a m-learning, that is based on the app oriented learning. So e-learning, that is based on the web-based learning. Okay, so we can divide both m-learning purely based on the app oriented learning. In app oriented learning, we have different type of technology, that is online and offline and hybrid also. So how to implement hybrid? Based on the content management system, we can implement the hybrid also. But in the e-learning, there is a web-based learning. So suppose we have implemented in intranet also, your our college intranet also. So, okay. So there is a e-learning and m-learning. Already you have experienced, practiced in COVID-19 time. Okay. So next one. So there is a multimedia learning principles. Okay. So already we have taken a lot of classes, lot of online classes. Okay. So there is a really e-learning or really m-learning. That based on my knowledge, there is not. Okay. There is not a really e-learning. There is a really m-learning. So what do you mean by e-learning? So in direct teaching learning process, we have some deficiency in course outcome and program outcome in direct teaching learning process. At the same time, we have using the e-learning and m-learning, how to fill the gap between the fill the gap based on the cyberspace between the learner or instructor. Okay, how is it possible? So is it possible to improve the learning outcome? So in normally we have conducted the direct teaching learning process. In that also we have different type of queries, different type of doubts, different type of lagging. Okay. So based on the CO attainment, CO PO mapping, PO attainment look like that. Okay. So in the direct teaching learning process, at the same time in e-learning, how to achieve this type of CO attainment, PO attainment, CO PO mapping. Okay, how is it possible? Is it possible? So there is a lot of struggles available in the e-learning and m-learning. So we have in that one, we have used different type of multimedia learning principles. So that is nothing but that is a combination of work model, words, pictures, auditory, then verbal, then pictorial, video mode. Okay. So based on the, we have designed, we should design instructional that is a learning material. Okay. Then that is we will give, we will distribute, we will disseminate the particular learners based on their abilities. Okay. Suppose in our class 60 type of 60 students or 55 students. Okay. So we have to divide the 55 students based on the cognitive psychology abilities, there's physical abilities, there's the climate abilities. We have divided the student and we have designed our instructional methods. So based on the, we will give. So then only we will improve outcome of the particular learning, particular course. Otherwise it will not possible. Okay, so this is nothing but that is a multimedia learning principle, nothing but that is a combination of different type of uh, inputs. That is a work model. Okay, video, audio, then verbal readability, then linguistic. Okay, so based on that, we have designed the our learning material. Then we will give not to common, not will give to common. So that is based on the individual, based on the individuality. Okay, that is a very very important. That is called as one-to-one learning. One-to-one learning, that is very very important. So that is motivate to self learning. That is motivate to lifelong learning. Okay, so we should identify each and every student's abilities. That is important here. So that is already I have mentioned. That is a six design multimedia learning principles. First one is a multimedia principle. Next one is a coherence principle. Next one is a contiguity principle. Next one is a modality principle. Next one is a signaling principle. Last one is a personalization principle. Okay, so these are different type of principles based on the learners requirements, learners abilities. Okay, so that is a model principle. We can design our instructional methods. That is called as, this is called as e-learning pedagogy. So that is called as really e-learning pedagogy. Based on the learners requirements, learners ability, we can design our pedagogy methods, and we can design our rubric method also. That is a very very important. So first one is a multimedia principle thing, but there is a words and pictures. It contains a words and pictures. Morality principle is having a morality principle using narration with graphics rather than on-screen text. That is narrated by the audio systems. So contiguity principle, there is a explain the particular content based on the some description. Okay, redundancy principle. So that is a avoid, that is a discrepancy using on-screen text with audio repeating the same text. Okay, which one is instructed by audio? So that is avoided in the text. Okay, that is called as redundancy principle. Next one is a coherence principle. The coherence principle means to avoid unnecessary graphics, words, and sounds from the lesson. Okay. So personalization principle based on the conversational style of writing or audio over a formal style. Okay. So this is some sample principle designed by Ruther Mayer. Okay. So, but based on our learners, based on our students, okay. So we should identify each and every learners. We should identify each and every student's abilities. Then we will give based on their requirements. Sorry, sir, is it possible, sir? That is it possible? Yes, definitely it is possible, because once we have designed a course material for one course, so definitely, so we will provide the same material for the particular consecutive badges. Okay, so up to the change the regulation. Okay, so that is definitely it is possible. So that is a summary of multimedia learning principles. That is a first, finally we have enhanced the student learning. Okay, so nowadays, till now all of you clear? Any doubt in this one? Shall I continue? Any doubt in this one? Okay, shall I continue? Okay. So now that is called as intelligence theory. Okay. So now that is a very 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 important is that is a happy index. Okay. So that is a happy index is reduced nowadays. faculty as well as learners also, as well as student also. So how to improve our happy index, how to improve that motivation of learning or interest of learning. Okay, how is it possible? So based on the emotional intelligence, so we should adopt in our curriculum, in our syllabus, or in our content, we should adopt some direct or indirect emotional intelligence content in that one. So that is based on the self awareness, or that is based on the self regulation, or motivation, or empathy, or social skills. Okay, so somehow we should adopt her in that one based on the emotional intelligence. Suppose for example, computer network security, I have taken the computer network security. So I have implemented that project based learning. So that is a social skill, that is a develop the social skills. Okay, so that is a develop the motivation of the particular subject. Okay, so next one is that is a different type of that is a attributes of the graduate attributes, that is a verbal, linguistic, logical, mathematical, naturalist, body linguistic, musical, rhythmic, interpersonal, intrapersonal. So there is a attributes of graduates, and a different type of learning style also already I have explained in previous slides. Okay, so we should at whatever uh, needs, okay, whenever needs we should implement, we should add, there is a emotional intelligence oriented. So that is based on the direct or indirect. Okay, based on the different type of learnings. So that is called as qualities of effective teaching. There is a professional knowledge, instructional planning, instructional delivery, assessment. The assessment means based on our rubrics method. Assessment already they have already different type of assessment, direct tools and indirect tools. Okay, that is called as a internal assessment test on end semester examination, or assignment, or project based look like that. That learning environment, that is a climate, and then professionalism, that is a qualities of good effective teaching. So that is a, what are the attributes, that is a background prerequisite, that is very important. Then classroom and management instruction, implementing the instruction, organizing for instruction, monitoring student progress and potential. Okay, how to monitor student based on the assessment, based on the rubric methods. So nowadays we have in our LMS, okay, learning management system, we have a different type of rubric methods, different type of multiple choice questions, matching questions, description questions look like that. So based on the we can monitoring, and we will improve that particular learners level. So there is enhancement of faculty competency. So there is a different three type of faculty competency. First one is a facilitating learning, next one creating future, next one developing teachers identity. Okay, so in that one interaction skill, we should develop our interaction skills. So that is a learning is nothing but as a one-way communication, that is a two-way communication already you know very well. Then learning environment skills, facilitating learning skills, future orientation, developmental skills, agency skills, reflection skills. Okay, so we should think and design our course material, our course content, our prerequisite look like that. Okay, so there is a enhancement of faculty teaching competency. So there is a different type of uh, parameters. First one is your worksheets, case studies, project method, problem solving, school parliament, e-learning methods, inductive methods, brainstorming, group discussions. Then last one is your circle time. Okay, so when we have design our instructional method, we should consider these parameters. Okay, so without these parameters, we should not attain our learning outcomes or programming outcome. That is a very very important. Okay, so how to design sir, based on the our learning learners, based on the our students, we should customize the particular content. Okay, so we are not copying, we are not modeling from any other one. Okay, we should design our own method. We should design our based on our faculty, our teaching competency, core competency, and student competency. We should design. That is very very important. So there is already you have discussed professional skills and attributes. That is share ideas, address needs of the learners, autonomy, creativity, motivation, expansion of knowledge base. Okay, so that is suppose in our subject, suppose that is any motivational business look like that. Okay, so we should encourage to them. For example, in software engineering, so after conducted the software engineering STP, software student development program, so a lot of colleges in Trichy, one college called them, and they have attended and they have given the particular seminar, student development program seminar. So based on that, they will learn. Okay, so look like that we have motivate that particular professional and business skills also. Okay, there is a communication competencies, personal competencies, managerial competencies, emotional competencies. So finally, automatically, we will get here some program outcome also. So there is a teaching methods. So already I have explained. Okay, so there is a multiple teaching methods. That is a case study, action learning, field exercise, coaching, simulation, peer to peer, lectures, and team exercise. So there is a how to convert it is a learning outcome. Okay, there is a expectancy and a value that is called as motivation. So that is leads to goal directed behavior. So that is supports learning outcome. Okay, so without expectancy and without value, we are not able to motivate the particular student. So our competency, faculty teaching competency is very very important to improve the learning outcome or learning performance. So there is a element of mastery. So after learning, there is a acquire component skills, practice integrating skills, know when to apply skills. That is a so different type of competency. So first one is we have each and every having a conscious mind and unconscious mind. Okay, so all the informations, all the data are stored in our conscious. All the signals are stored in our subconscious mind or unconscious mind. Okay, so from the subconscious mind, from the unconscious mind, it will communicate to the particular conscious mind. Then we will deliver, we will give the particular instruction, we will give you some uh, teaching learning process. Okay, so in first stage is unconscious incompetence. Okay, so that is the learners should not know about the particular content, core concept. Then conscious incompetence, in that stage also look like that. Then conscious competence. Okay, so in consciously, so for example, in each and every human being, 80 percentage, that is a 80% contained subconscious mind or unconscious mind, plus 20% only conscious mind. Okay, so now we are in the conscious mind. The conscious mind only working the 20% only. Okay, 80% based on the subconscious or unconscious mind. Okay, so there is conscious competence, nothing but. So there is in conscious mode, they have elaborate, they have explained, they have understand the particular content. But last stage is unconscious competence. There are subconscious competence means, so they have understand easily, they have delivered, they have implement, they have evaluate, they have demonstrate, look like that each and every content based on from the unconscious mind. So okay, so there is a four is a very very important unconscious competence. So lot of we have unconscious competence also. So there is a cycle of practice and feedback. So it is a practice, observe performance, target feedback. Then we will lead to there is a continuous improvement. So this is a how to assess, how to evaluate, so how to plan, how to apply based on the particular student beliefs and based on the student emotional regions, based on the student learning. Okay. So last one is active learning. Okay, so active learning is nothing but that is a alignment with learning outcomes, student engagement activities, expectations and clarity, student development theory, intentionally and meaning. Last one assessment and evaluation. Okay, so already I have mentioned in previous slide, I have conducted one STP, a student development program conducted by students in software testing. Okay, so this is a on evidence of the particular active learning. So finally, they have got a good opportunity in software testing also. So that is final slide. Thank you. A good teacher can inspire hope, create the imagination, and instill a love of learning. Okay, that's all. Thank you. After that, we will discuss any discussion based on the good teaching attributes or multimedia learning principles or e-learning pedagogy. Look like that.
Participants,
You have any query or any other doubt or how to design e-learning pedagogy, how to customize our learning materials based on the current situations, we can discuss.
participants.
I think that is a afternoon session is very a challenge session.
Yes, sir. Actually, conducting courses on online also very,
Yes, sir.
very, very challenging one.
That is also cyberspace between learners and that is that is we want to improve outcome.
Yes, yes. One participant asked, sir, Dr. Prithviraj, recording study. Sir, complete your question. How to motivate students regarding study?
How to motivate students regarding study. Okay.
Regarding study. Yeah.
Yes. Also, already I have mentioned in that is a NLP communication model. Okay. So that is a learning is nothing but that is a stimulate and motivate. So first we have to identify their mind and brain. That is a very important. Okay, so we are not only give the core lecturers core competence only. Okay, so first we should identify that cognitive psychology. So at least we should know educational psychology of the particular concept. Okay, so otherwise first we are not able to understand the particular students psychological abilities. First we should know student psychological abilities, then only we have to motivate. Okay, so first thing is we should know ourselves, our strength and weakness. Next one, student mind and brain strength and weakness, then only we have to motivate. So based on the based on the NLP communication model, we should identify that particular student beliefs, particular student thought process, particular student's family background, or particular student's educational background. Look like that we have first manually analyzed, then based on that we should motivate to them. That is my understanding, I think.
Any other questions?
Got it. Any other doubt or queries we can discuss? I have to learn a lot of things from you also.